or he can't sense if they're still fighting, if they're still going to win, or how are they going to manage it.
So even the Israelis recognize it. They've hurt them. They've set them back, but they're not defeated. The thing with the Israelis, they don't want to go into the tunnels. That's their problem. Yeah, you go to the tunnels, you're going to get massacred, and Israeli deaths has a big problem with their politics. So what they've done is everything on top of the ground, we're going to turn it to rubble. But the problem you're going to have is when Hamas come back and the Gazans come back, how do you physically live there? But that's the intention. The intention is you leave. You leave. You know, already in South Lebanon, Gaza, there's Israelis advertising properties. There's already people saying, you want to buy a property on the beachfront in Gaza, in southern Lebanon, yeah? Here's what the property's going to look like, and it's already on sale. You know, that's where these guys are. Yeah? So no, Hamas, to be honest with you, the Israelis have to say we defeated them, yeah? And also the intensity of the battle has changed in Gaza, because obviously they've carried out massacres, isn't it, Israel. But the thing with Israel is they recognise they're going to have to maintain some level of occupation. Because what they don't want is in Afghanistan, yeah, is you remove the government, yeah, and the government come back. Yeah? So then Hamas isn't defeated, but I doubt they're the group. But remember, Hamas, the whole strategy was just survival, isn't it? And then every once in a while you launch a rocket, or you do this sort of attack. Yeah? The problem with Israel is you're constantly going to have to be monitoring and dealing with what happens. So that's why if they've got to deal with Gaza, they've got to deal with West Bank, they've got to deal with Lebanon, then they've got to deal with Jordan, they've got to deal with Egypt. That's just beyond their capability. So that's why the Ummah could deal with Israel without actually physically going to war. Because Israel's created this image where it's in the position of strength. If you're in the position of strength, you won't need to do what you did in Gaza for the last year. You won't need to do that. Like, why do you need to go that far? So what you've seen here, the massacres they commit, and you will see a lot more over the next few days. Stuff will come out, what they did in hospitals and all that, yeah? That is not someone that's in a position of strength. That's why, if you look at it from our perspective, they may get on your nerves because they're arrogant. But we know is when you unite our region, they're finished. Even they know that. Right? They are in such a precarious scenario, they've got to keep constantly coming up with propaganda to try and show the other side, the Ummah, that look, you're weak, we're stronger. They're going to have to keep on doing that. So no, Hamas isn't finished. I mean, obviously, we don't know how this is going to turn out, but Hamas, I mean, some are saying Hamas is going to be involved no matter what you say, in some form or shape, yeah? The liberation battle, the resistance will continue with or without Hamas. Palestine started without Hamas. It will continue whether they're there or not, yeah? And look, the Ummah has faced a lot in Palestine. They're still there. They've still continued, yeah? So if they think, that's why some former generals are saying, oh, Hamas is an idea, not an idea. This is the same lots of America come over, isn't it? We're going to democratize Iraq and Afghanistan, yeah? And then now their own people criticize them. Why are we doing regime building? Why are we doing all the regime stuff? Like, you get rid of the terrorists, and then you leave them basically to it. So Hamas is not finished, but that's because this is the Taliban strategy now. When the enemy comes to you with firepower, you don't fight them at their strength. What you do is you bide your time. And they're not prepared to go down the tunnels anyway. So they just bide their time. So what they've done is they've just flattened the top of Gaza. And I think the plan seems to be that Israel will still maintain some level of security in Gaza afterwards, in collaboration with the regional countries, and then they want the Gulf countries to invest and basically do some rebuilding as well. So just remember, the scenario is we're going to bomb it and we want you guys to fund it.